What is that, bud? Over it? A little scary? It came off. Today is the day we find out more information about everything. Hopefully it's gonna be all good. I'm gonna have to do this and I'm nervous. You know what's funny is I'm more nervous about this than the surgery, and that's the honest truth. I already knew what was in there, you know what I mean? Now it's the situation, now it's out. What do we do? That's for some reason that's more nerve-wracking to me. But what's nice is I'm going into this right now in the best situation that I've pretty much ever been, because it's been out. Every time I usually come here, it's still something's in there. Now we know it's out. But it's still freaking nerve-wracking. So after a good, what felt like 2 hours of waiting, doctor after doctor, didn't get exactly the information or what I wanted to hear, the info, the news, I guess you could say. It's nothing super scary or anything like that. It's just, it sucks. It just sucks. What are they doing, babe?
Get the baby, pick the baby, pick the baby. I already gave you all your food. Throw it over there.
You see it, Remy? That's not a duck over there. You're a duck. You're a duck. Remy, what's this? That's not a duck. It's a rooster. It goes. It's like, hey. It's very confused, isn't it? Oh, there's baby ducks. See the baby ones? You love ducks, I know. We need to kind of figure out when we want to start doing lessons for this little one. I feel like she's definitely going to be a natural, though. Where you going? You trying to swim by yourself? Keep your head up.
Oh God, that scared me. What are you going? Oh.
Oh no, look at that.
Great girl. Good job.
Good job.
She looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. Except for cuter.
We meant to start this tradition on her first actual birthday. Things got a little chaotic, so what we need to do, we're gonna do like a little, like her growing kind of thing.
Hang on, stand up straight.
Stand up straight.
Whoa.
It's very important.
Whoa. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Got it.
Up.
Watch your head.
You're free. You're free. Come here. That's your first notch after 1 year. It's gonna be fun every once in a while just to come by and just see how tall she is.
Do you want to
Run away, baby.
Oh, baby.
Now that things are a little calmer, I kind of was basically trying to keep my mind off of things with hanging out with Allie and Remy and playing in the pool and all that fun stuff. This sucks. It really does suck because it was definitely not news that I was really expecting to actually hit. What I was told today is that they removed 100% of the tumor. However, the issue lies with the fact that any tumor could also have residual stuff. Even though the mass and the tumor itself were actually removed, that doesn't mean that there could be some sort of underlying thing, even though he did a tremendous amount of extra overcompensation, I should say. I was talking to the doctor today, and honestly, it was a sucker punch. Like I was not expecting it. So what they want me to do now is they're going to put me on radiation and chemo at the same time. So I have to do 6 weeks of radiation and chemo straight, Monday through Friday. When I take my medication, my seizure medicine, all that other stuff, the medicine I had to do for this thing, I literally have it. It looks like I have a bunch of M&Ms, or best describe nerds. Nerd candy, where you can have a bunch of them and then you go like that and just eat a bunch of nerds at the same time. I've gotten to the point to where I can just take a whole handful of pills and just go and just take them all, like 15, 20 of them. Chemo pills, they're like the same size, the exact same size, if not smaller. I look at it and I want to throw up. I get so nauseous. I feel like I turn white. I get like goosebumps everywhere, and I just instantly get nervous and sick. Uncomfortable would probably be the best way to describe it. If there's any underlying positivity of that, is that I only have to do half the dose. However, I have to do it 6 weeks. But what I have to do is I have to take the chemo 1 hour before radiation, basically in one day, Monday through Friday, I'm going to have chemo and radiation. I know this is the best situation because he was explaining to me how with this type of tumor, it's the best case scenario because there unfortunately are tumors, brain tumors and stuff like that are way more aggressive. This one is one that is very manageable, very like they've told me this since the beginning. Is like if you're going to get a brain tumor, this is the one you want to have because it's the most manageable one. It's the most, he kept saying, interesting one. It's the most interesting one as far as like biology of it, and scientists like are so intrigued by it. They found out like just doing chemo or just doing radiation separately, it doesn't work as well. And it's the reason why I was doing just chemo, and we all know the result of that. I managed it for years and years and years. However, I ended up having to do that again. There's a lot of research now, like decades of research of showing that with the coupling of radiation as well as chemo, that the outcome is significantly better for managing this and destroying and zapping it. However, at the same time, I still have to go through something that's, I don't know what it is about radiation that sounds so much worse than chemo. I don't know if that's something that's just in my head. Maybe it's because I've been very lucky, very fortunate that I've only had to do the oral chemo. I haven't had to do, and hopefully I never have to. Hopefully this is a situation where I can control, is I have to go on the 5th of August. I just scheduled it. I have to go get fitted. Apparently it's like a mask I have to get. I'm going to bring you guys along. We're going to obviously document this whole situation. I guess I have to get like fitted for a mask. And apparently it's something that literally, I'm thinking like Hannibal Lecter style. Like apparently he said it goes over your nose, it goes over your eyes and stuff like that. Basically I can't move. I mean, we'll figure this. I'll show you guys this. This is me. I don't even want to look at. I refuse to Google anything right now. I'm trying to not psych myself out and freak myself out more than I probably already am. So I have to get like this mask that's gonna go over my face, and it's going to keep me from moving, so that way it can just like isolate that tiny little section. And then there's the concern I already talked to him about, like losing like hair and stuff like that. And like I said the other day, it's like such a vain thing to be concerned about. I'd be lying if it wasn't a concern. So I've been doing research on certain things like cooling caps and stuff like that. I know it's stupid. The hair grows back. But I think it's just the initial shock of everything and the uncertainty of everything that's really kind of gets you kind of freaked out. Brain surgery, I feel like when he said brain surgery, I was like, that really sucks, but okay. I mean, it's like one of those things where like I've done it before, so it's okay. You know, I know how it kind of goes. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's not like something where it's like, oh, it's Thursday, I want to go get brain surgery. With radiation specifically, because chemo is another thing where it's like, oh, it's horrible. It's like go back to chemo. It's like, okay, it's a nice little shot to the gut, but at the same time, I know I can handle it. It's not to say that I can't handle the radiation, but it's completely something different that I've never had to actually even think about. But then there's all these other things that I'd be like have all like upset about because you know, Allie and I wanting to start having like working, like we want to have another child eventually. As a result of this, everything kind of get like derailed again. Of course. Luckily, I have that situation frozen years ago from the first surgery. Obviously, it's kind of a strike to the heart. This whole thing, this sucks. You just think like, it's like, all right, I'm in the clear. This is finally, after all these years, I'm in the clear. I'm trying to be as positive in the whole situation as possible. In the past, when I had to do the chemo and all that stuff, I was not in a predicament to where, a situation to where it was so positive. It was after surgery, and I already knew there was still 1 or 2% left in my head. You know what I mean? Something like this. Now that I know the whole section was removed, now the only thing that might be residuals are little tiny microscopic versions, which is why radiation is needed. So that way you can like zap any of those micro versions of it. I find out more information on the 5th of August. I go in, I get fitted. I don't even know if that's how it is. I'm still kind of in disbelief because I was so pumped that I had the outcome, you know, with the doctor and stuff like that, which is, I'm not gonna talk crap about that because like that was the best situation. At the end of the day, he could have not gotten everything, even the excess, and then I still would have had to done this. Then I would be relying more on the fact that this stuff, this extra step would be that much more crucial. Now it's kind of like I got that excess amount. Now this is just kind of like a solidifying everything. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know what to think right now. Obviously 6 weeks of doing this back to back Monday through Friday, I don't know what it's going to do to me as far as like exhaustion or anything like that too, because I've heard people, I've had friends that have gone through it, I've had friends of friends, parents, and they always say they get tired. But I like to think, because like they say that too with the chemo that I get, but I don't usually, Most of the time I've been on chemo, you guys didn't even know. I don't even say it in the vlog. And a lot of you guys don't even know I'm even on it or was on it. Long story short, that's what happened today. It was definitely not the news that I was really expecting at all. I was expecting some happy news, potentially be the greatest news, because I'm thinking of it this way. We got the tumor out. Now we're gonna do this extra zapping and extra chemo to destroy anything else. My doctor, his best friend, actually went through all this stuff in the 90s, early 90s. He has not had an issue, what is it, 30 years or something like that. Basically, everything he's going through or went through is exactly the same situation I'm going through, and he's fine. Once I heard that, it made me feel a little bit happier and a little bit more positive. I try to keep the same mentality that I've had the entire time, this whole thing that I've been documenting and sharing with you guys and the internet. I kind of remind myself at the end of the day, this is for the best. These people know what they're doing. You got to trust them. Don't Google. You're not going to get your PhD on Google. You're not going to get your PhD on WebMD or anything like that. You don't know what they know, so just trust them. It does suck, but like I said, I'm trying to look at it the most positive way. I was really upset earlier, then I went and played with Remy and I got so much better. That's what's actually really better about this whole situation now, is that I have Remy. Having her to distract me and go play in the ball pit or go play by the pool and stuff like that. When I got out of the hospital, Remy was walking around with Allie and playing with the ducks, and then Allie set her down, she saw me and she ran to me, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, wipe the tear away. It was right after that clip where I said, I'll talk to you guys when I get back home. Right after that clip, she ran to me and I was like, all right, you know what I mean? It makes me emotional now thinking about it, actually. But it made it better, instantly. This is where it's at right now, and I'm gonna keep you guys, what is it, 30th right now? If you guys have any suggestions, unfortunately, I'm hoping a lot of you guys haven't gone through this. If you guys know of anything like cooling caps or anything like that for radiation, stuff like that, like I said, it's very vain that I'm worried about hair. And so let me know if you guys know of anything like that, and what can I expect of any of this stuff, because this is, honestly, this is uncharted for me. It's that's why I think I'm really nervous about everything, is because the fact that it's all uncharted. I'm gonna go play on the swings with Remy right now and kind of get in a better mood. But I will say thank you so much for watching the videos. You guys are amazing. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.